Hi everybody, happy Friday and welcome to the new year 2022. I'll bet you can guess what I'm talking about today, and that is Word of the Year. As I alluded in my Tag It Tuesday post, I had been hearing some signs from the Lord, those small little hints that He had been dropping here and there about a certain word as I tried to decide about what word would really stretch me and grow me and what would really impact my life in the new year. And as I started to take a few minutes here and there, as things winded down with Christmas and New Year's, I started to really look at my goals and what I was hoping would change in the new year. And I had been frantically going to Dayspring's website to see if they had their quiz up this year, because for the past couple of years, that's been what I've used, and it has worked marvelously. The word was just spot on, and, that was my go-to. And I kept checking back, and it said under construction, under construction. And so I was like, well, maybe they're running late because of the new year and things have gone awry. And so I was like, you really don't need a quiz to tell you what your word is, because you have been hearing from the Lord Himself, and He is the end all be all. So whatever He's telling you is a much greater source than what Dayspring can tell you. Not to knock Dayspring, love them, they have great products. I'm actually doing a Bible study created from one of the authors that writes for them, and but there just came the moment when I thought, I just don't want to be stressing about this. It's been decided, I know what it is. And then, like I said in my Tuesday post, I walked into that little shop at the Grand Strand, and I saw this one necklace that had a single word when all of the others only had initials, and it was right there in front of my face, and it was like, this is your word for 2022, and I'm wearing it now, and it says faith. And I know you're probably thinking, but how would you be stretched by the word faith? Because you talk about scripture and God's blessings and joy from the Lord, and really, it's not that I've been untrue or hiding anything from any of you. It's just that I've felt my faith be tested over the last year, really 2 years since 2020 with the pandemic. And I just come to the point where sometimes I just worry, even though I know that we're not supposed to worry. And I'm anxious, even though I know I'm not supposed to be anxious, that He's got everything under control. And so I think I need to step into that aspect of faith, is just to trust in God that He's got it covered, that I don't have to worry. I don't have to stress myself about what's going to happen, that I need to really get deep into His Word to see what He's speaking to me in this season of my life, and just to get to know Him better in a deeper relationship, just to expound my faith, my connection with Him, my relationship with Him. And as a coincidence, right after I decided on the word, Dayspring came out with their Word of the Year quiz. So I thought, well, I'll take it and see, what they say my word is. And it was close to faith, but it was not spot on. My word from Dayspring was actually fulfill. And while that is very important to me, to be fulfilled in what I do, the work that I do, in simple joys, and being fulfilled with my family time and my time with the Lord, that is very, very true. But for me, I think I'm going to stick with faith, because that's the word that God led me to. And sometimes I hear people going, well, how can you just pick a single word? Is one word really big enough for a whole year? And I'll say that if He is speaking to you, if He's giving you signs, if He's giving you hints about what direction that you need to go in, you will get this sense in your soul that is unmistakable, that feeling that you know that it's right, that feeling where you know that you know. And that's kind of how it happened for me. And even though I took Dayspring's quiz for Word of the Year, I also took the My Intent quiz while I was waiting just to decide on a word. And I will link both of those below if you want to use those resources. But sometimes in the end, when all else fails, you just got to turn to the Lord. And so I hope that you will pick your word for the year. I'd love to know what your word for 2022 is, or if you have multiple words. And if you have any goals that you'd like to share that we can help each other stick to, that would also be welcome in the comments. And I just want to encourage you to listen to what He has for you, to really step into your own in 2022, to not be afraid, to not live in fear, but to trust in Him and to stand in faith. So I hope you have a wonderful weekend, and I'll talk to you soon.